All right, Sebastian Habib, I gave you instructions earlier in the dressing room. Please obey my commands. Protect yourselves at all times, understood? Touch them up. Best of luck to both of y'all.
Being 30 years of age, for the 8-year junior, Sebastian Fundora, he knows he's got to continue to gain W's in order to move up the ranks at 54. And talk about a size advantage for Sebastian Fundora. My goodness.
I was just going to say, it's always fascinating seeing the face-off with any fight that Fundora's in. You know, it's amazing just how, I mean, if you...
Oh, there's a big shot, a laser left by Fundora. He's clubbing away upon Ahmed, and he has him hurt already in the first 30 seconds. Yeah, he literally sneaks in an uppercut, and you're like, where the heck did that come from? There's a chopping left, and my goodness, Sebastian Fundora, I feel like he got taller, by the way. Maybe it's his boxing shoes, but I've seen his fights
from that type of fight, but still, I wonder what's going on in the back of his mind, you know.
Keep that guy away from me is probably what's going through his mind. A nice uppercut. Fundora teeing off upon Habib Ahmed.
The reach and just the towering figure that he is in the ring.
Another straight left, backing up Habib Ahmed.
Consistently, you can't let him get into a rhythm, because once he gets into a rhythm, as we saw against Nathaniel Gallimore, it's over.
No, it's hard to beat. Final moments of the first. And that ends round one.
Where are the spots that I can attack? And then you got to move forward from there and try not to get caught, because Fundora, as we know, I mean, he's got some pop in his punches.
Numerically, 24 punches landed for Fundora, just 4 for Habib Ahmed in the opening stanza. Jack the jaw of Habib Ahmed.
And then if you're Ahmed, he thinks he's on the outside, but yet he's still within striking distance of Fundora.
There's a vicious left uppercut. Ahmed might be hurt. Boy, does he got a strong chin, does Habib Ahmed.
And I think Fundora's looking to finish this right here.
Driving him to the perimeter of the ring, a sweeping right hook. And now Sebastian Fundora is unloading upon Habib Ahmed to try to finish him off. He's got him with his back on the ropes, and Fundora is swarming Habib Ahmed. Ahmed trying to keep himself upright. Lawrence Cole watching the action. It is target practice for Sebastian Fundora as he tries to finish off Habib Ahmed, and this one is over in under 2 rounds. Getting better, that's the scary thing. Miguel, take us behind what you saw.
I mean, it was the uppercut that continued to just be such a big problem for Ahmed. I don't think he ever got a good grasp on how to approach a guy like Fundora, and Fundora obviously used that to his advantage. I mean, he just continued to swarm Ahmed. Ahmed never got a break at all. Like, there was consistent punches in his face for a good, I want to say, 30 seconds. Like,
look at this onslaught here by Sebastian Fundora.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
no
12,
room to breathe
13,
at all.
14.
And then Lawrence Cole had seen enough.
And there was more punches that I didn't count. That was pretty much.
Look at this. Bang. Oh my. And also, from a stylistic standpoint, he gets proper leverage behind his shots.
All of his shots, because it's such a, I mean, look at what we're seeing, the height difference, the way it is. Usually, this is a type of build that you're used to seeing heavyweights, and they're taller, they're 6'3" and above, and you got to get your leverage as like a normal fight. Fundora, these guys are not used to the leverage he's getting. These are all pretty much power shots that he's throwing at this weight class.
He's getting better, because even though it was a primarily offensive demonstration, he did show some good defense tonight.
Oh, he won 1,000%. And Ahmed, I mean, give him all the credit in the world for taking this fight on a week's notice. He tried to give it his best, but he just could never recover, and that was a great stoppage, like I said again.
And still undefeated, the Towering Inferno, Sebastian Fundora.
Gentlemen, we went over the rules in the dressing room. I want to remind you, protect yourself at all times, obey my commands. God bless you both. Touch up.
Fighter by the WBC for the interim title. And here we go, 1 of 12 rounds. Huge size disparity, but that's pretty much with anyone that fights against Fundora. Fighter you do not want to do that against with Erickson Lubin. As he said, he's got dynamite in both fists. And there's a right hand that stunned Fundora a bit. And over in California is Fundora. Lubin now on the inside. Uppercut connected by Fundora. He has been waiting. And the biggest fight of his career. There's a left hand back into the body. He is a volume puncher. Another jab connected by Lubin. Round 2. Lubin back into the body. Fundora.
Hands free, hands free.
And said, and I quote, "I served him up on a silver platter for Lubin." Right hook connected by Lubin. Back into the body is Fundora. A right hook followed by an uppercut. And as we said, he is a volume puncher. And Fundora now through the defense of Lubin. Lubin trying to withstand it. A big uppercut. But now Lubin with a shot of his own. A right hook landed by Lubin. There's a left hand that might have stunned Fundora. Fundora backs away. Lubin ripping into the body. Huge left hand connected again by Lubin. And there's a huge uppercut, stuns Lubin. Lubin's legs went limp. That was a huge uppercut. Lubin's trying to fight. Another uppercut. Fundora with the left hand backs Lubin up. Lubin is in trouble. Another uppercut. Fundora starting to let go. A left hook landed for Lubin. Oh my goodness, down goes Lubin. Fundora is feeling it. Lubin is stunned. Lubin is stunned, but he may make it out of the round. And that is the end of the round. There's that uppercut that just put down Lubin. And he was hurt before that uppercut. He was stunned earlier. There was a huge left hand, and Fundora with the jab followed up with an uppercut and just put Lubin down. Fundora, though, also can't overextend and leave himself open. Lubin is still an extremely dangerous fighter. And there's a left hand by Lubin. Fundora putting all the pressure on Hammer. And there's a stiff jab, uppercut, followed up by Lubin. Lubin to rest, and I think he is still on shaky legs. Another jab. Fundora back to an uppercut. That uppercut has found a home for Fundora. What a fight already here in round 3. There's that right hand, Lubin connected, but Fundora presses forward. Uppercut, body shot by Lubin. Another shot. Uppercut again, and Fundora starting to tee off, but Lubin fighting back, countering. He is not going to go down easy. Straight left connected. This is an incredible pace from both men. Uppercut by Lubin. Straight right by Lubin now. He's starting to build some momentum. Stiff jab from Lubin. A right hook connected. Now Lubin unloading. That's the end of the round. What a fight we have through 3. This fight has already exceeded any expectations that you may have had. What a fight we have here. Shot to the body. Fundora with the right hook. Lubin appears to have bounced back from the knockdown in round 2.
Hands free, hands free.
Back into the body. There's a right hook and followed up with a left hook. Lubin now presses forward. Round 5. Both men taking each other's power punches well. Lubin was knocked down in the second round, but has...
Let go. Let go.
He wasn't going to let it end that way. Fundora with an uppercut. Constantly inside with Lubin. There's a good jab from Fundora now, followed up with a straight left. Lubin tries to tie him up a bit. Back into the body. And there's another uppercut connected by Fundora, followed by another one. Minute left to go, and there's a right hook that landed for Lubin. And Fundora tries to counter. Dig into the size, and there's another right hook that Fundora walked right. But you don't want to take too many of them from Hammer. Stiff jab by Lubin. And now Fundora presses Lubin against the ropes, back into the body. Round 6 here. Fundora in the black, Lubin in the blue. A right hook nearly connected as Fundora was coming in. And now Lubin goes into the body. Lubin back into the body, followed it up with the jab. Fundora now leaning on Lubin. There's a right hook from Fundora, connected with an uppercut, as now he continues to let his hands go, looking for that uppercut, connected with a big right hand, and another left uppercut by Fundora. He's starting to tee off on Lubin. Lubin's got to be careful. He is in major trouble now as he backs away. Fundora wants it, wants the knockout. There's another uppercut. There's some big-time swelling going over the forehead of Lubin with a nasty, nasty knot right on the bridge of the nose. And now Fundora smells it. Uppercut. He is taking a jab from Lubin now. He doesn't want this to go to the scorecards. There's the jab. Another left hook. Another big-time uppercut. He is just teeing off. He is just waiting for that opportunity, a big-time uppercut. And now he eats a right hand from Lubin, but he delivers a left of his own. It's been an absolute beating here by Fundora. And now Lubin stuns Fundora. My goodness, Fundora's in trouble. Lubin letting him go. Fundora in major trouble. He is down. Fundora's down. What a performance by Lubin and an answer.
6, 7, 8. Give me the mouthpiece. Stay there.
And now the mouthpiece is out for Fundora.
Let's go.
And they go, 10 seconds remain. Lubin with a big-time upper right hook. Fundora's got to get to the end of the round. He's in major trouble now. Meets Fundora in the center of the ring. What a fight. Both of these men want it bad. Lubin's face busted up. Fundora's face bloodied. Both men knocked down. There's a huge left hand connected by Lubin. Another left. Fundora's got to be careful. He has taken a lot of shots. Round 9. Who has enough to finish the other? And there's a huge left by Lubin. There's another uppercut by Fundora. Unload with that left hand. Uppercut connected by Fundora. Has him pressed in the corner. And another uppercut as Fundora with a strong round 9. And now the fight is over. Russell Mora calling it.
The official TKO for the winner, who's still undefeated, the Towering Inferno, Sebastian Fundora.
Préstame atención, protégete en todo momento, buena suerte, pelea duro, pelea limpio. Listen, you heard everything, right? Good luck to both of you.
The bell, round 1, scheduled for 12. I mentioned it at the top of the telecast. I think it bears repeating. The comes in an inch taller than that. The problem is Fundora has 8 inches taller, and his 80-inch reach is 2 inches longer than that of a unified heavyweight champion.
A moment ago, we saw Campo land a really nice right hand to the body. Very important for him to do that.
Does it again.
He's right in front of it.
Yeah, it's head level.
Extra, read all about it. Fundora's already thrown 18 jabs. And so maybe he wants to actually utilize the stick tonight.
That could happen.
Make his dad, Freddie, happier.
Yeah, Fundora normally throws 73 punches per round, so he's very...
Final minute of the opening round, and already 42 jabs thrown.
Pine with it. He's trying to, there it is. He timed it and he came right in.
Trying to close the distance, and there's a left to the body by Fundora.
And again, Fundora doing, you know, what a lot of us like, you know, which is, or using it to his advantages, which is the reach, the jab. But I want to see that left a little bit more, just as he did right now. He's jabbing really, really good. But he's got
sharp jab that lands for Fundora.
There, the jab's a good setup punch, and the left is going to be there all night because Ocampo's going to come.
Oh, good counter right hand by Ocampo upstairs as
that right hand Ocampo landed, so it's going to happen from time to time.
Ocampo wide punches, leaving a lot of space in between. And the scary thing is, back in 2017, he actually weighed 147 1/4 for a fight, the lowest of his career.
Well, you want to double jab your way in now.
Yes, exactly.
Use angles. There it is. Try to catch him with that overhand. There it is. And when he lets go of that right hand, it's
oh, there's a clipping left hand that lands upstairs for Ocampo. And Abner, not to cut you off, but Ocampo trying to be defensively responsible as well. Again, pairing the jab, putting together a combination, starting with the right hand to the body.
I think that's what he wants to try and do. There he's going downstairs to the body. It's been a little better round for Ocampo. Defeated opponents, obviously, you know, he's not Ocampo, but that shows what Fundora can do.
And Ocampo continues to, followed by the left hand upstairs to Fundora. Been his best combinations.
He's only thrown 39 power punches in this fight. That's other than the jab, is what that is, and he's connected with 10 of them.
And for Ocampo, connected on 20 of 68, and they begin to open up a little more to kick off. Remember, it was the paralyzing left-right combination of the body that spoiled his lone. Abner, how hard is it to punch up like you have to do against a guy like Fundora?
It really, at least for me, it's not. I actually like it.
You faced a guy like Fundora? I'm leaning on Ocampo again, surrendering those advantages, but trying to land the power. Uppercut shot the jaw of Ocampo, but Ocampo witnessed over the years the near 2 decades of existence. This venue hosting professional boxing cards, and boy, this one beginning to unfold as we anticipated.
Yeah, here comes the Towering Inferno. Speaking of Fundora, and one thing that I like that he was doing towards the end of the last to a punch.
I was going to mention that, Abner, and Al, for Ocampo, he's had success, but throws a lot of winning punches. If Fundora can manage to punch in between those combinations, there's
his punches. But boy, they're both getting a lot done offensively.
Ocampo's thrown. Well, he threw over 100 punches in the fourth.
Fundora's got
fighting.
He's got to work those inside punches. Like you mentioned, Mo, I mean, Ocampo opens up. Right when he opens up, you want to throw the uppercut.
And Ocampo continues to dig away to the body. Fundora head hunting. There's the uppercut on the inside. You wonder.
Yeah, Fundora can definitely keep this pace for a very long time.
And Ocampo wants to match him punch for punch. In fact, he's thrown 65 punches in this round compared to 53 and counting for Fundora. And there's the uppercuts on the inside for Fundora.
He is making himself a more open target.
There's a clipping right hand by Fundora.
And I also always find it interesting when the coach tells you you can go 20 rounds, and yeah, you're not the one in there.
Here are my shoes, you do it. It's going downstairs.
Yeah, Ocampo's still opening up a lot. Fundora has to take advantage of those looping overhands. There it is. That uppercut, perfect timing for Fundora.
Exactly.
Yeah. But it's not always about outworking your opponent, speaking of Fundora, and he does with the volume of punches. You got to start being more smart about choosing your punch.
There's a body shot from Fundora. Ocampo again goes to the body.
You're going to see it. He's going to come back with that hook. There.
Body shot again by Fundora. Straight left hand popping as we begin round 7. And Fundora going downstairs with the left, followed up with a... And Ocampo continues to just square up Abner and lean in on Fundora, giving away his leverage.
Well, you know, Ocampo's going to get away now from Fundora's pressure. And he's going to have to fight his fight, you know, which is, you know, throw punches right after Fundora there, the overhand rights.
Begins to become a bit of a concern for his corner. He's throwing punches, but again, just off balance. Barn burner here, 1 minute left in the 7th, and there you have it. Fundora with 30 body shots landed compared to 20 for Ocampo. There's a headline.
Yeah, it is a headline.
Like he has it right there, 100%, yes.
Agree. And there's a winging right hand delivered with a prayer from Ocampo.
Well, Ocampo said, hey.
Right there, and set up that uppercut and that hook. Every time he gets leverage for that hook with that uppercut.
Man, a gutsy Carlos Ocampo just continues to throw punches out.
Oh, yeah, he's hanging in there.
And the desperation of Ocampo to try to get into this fight.
But Ocampo, he's got a right. The right hooks of Fundora are good when he uncorks them. And there's
a right hook from Fundora on cue, Al. But man, this is the again. But these punches just lacking steam. And right there, and there's a double left hand. Another fan-friendly affair in the open air. Carson, California.
It's outrageous. Abner, am I nuts? How can you walk to a fighter like that who's banging away and tell him his body...
Yes, I get that.
He's not a boxing commentator, and neither is the commission. Just because he's not fighting up to the standard.
A minute left and 9. Ocampo's legs do look a little unsteady to me, I will say. Action resumes, round 10 of 12. Jab from Fundora. Fundora missed with the winging those punches.
He always has an answer back from Ocampo for Fundora's punches.
Yeah, he just got 2.
And our unofficial scorer, Steve Ford, gave Ocampo round number 9.
So how would you stop a fight that is maybe a 1 or 2 point fight and the other guy is throwing punches back?
There's a right uppercut on the inside. Left uppercut, right hand.
Body, he's going a lot of head hunting now. Good uppercuts. He's landing good, but you know, I would like to see him throw that body shot.
You wonder how much, sorry, Al, but you wonder how much Jack Reese's warning changed the strategy for Ocampo. You know, Jack Reese, one of the most respected, best referees in the sport, but definitely becoming center of attention in this.
Doing right now, instead of just, you know, sitting in the pocket and giving Ocampo the opportunity to land.
For what it's worth, I 99.9% agree with you. There's a nice combination by Fundora upstairs.
And a very nice counter left hand.
Ocampo tries to ratchet up the offense.
A very good point to bring up, Marl. And we came in pointing out that Ocampo with those 9.
Speaking of Ocampo, but he did throw a lot of headshots, and that favored him a lot.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Especially after he
used the jab effectively. We saw Fundora go to the body effectively. And for the first time, Carlos Ocampo going the 12-round distance. And Fundora and Ocampo.
Favor of the winner, and still the undefeated interim WBC Super Welterweight Champion, the Towering Inferno, Sebastian Fundora.
Everything under the letters and above is going to be good. Everything white letters underneath here is up is good. Guys, got my instructions in the back. Protect yourselves at all times. Listen to my commands. Touch them up. Back to your corner, gentlemen.
Was overwhelmed by Emma Williams.
You ready?
But that was then. This is now. What will we see out of Fundora in the early going? Immediately, the jab. Although he's had issues making the weight, although both of them came under 154. What do you make of that, Brian?
That means they're ready for a championship fight.
Abner, do you think, I mean, coming under the weight is saying something? And when we look at the keys to victory for Fundora, you want to fight tall, stay disciplined. Volume, breaks, rhythm, of course. No Mendoza moments. He was knocked out by Brian Mendoza in a shocker of an upset.
You do, and you're seeing it early from Fundora, jabbing and walking Booker back to the ropes. Again, you got to weather that if you're Booker. Wait for the right moment and make your punches count.
And it's not that we're asking Fundora to fight boring and get behind that big jab. It's just that not being in the line of fire goes a long way for a guy who has a great chin, but doesn't always need to rely on it every single fight.
Already throwing 3 out tactical start to the fight. Booker and Fundora both lefties. There's a right hook, a lead right hook by Booker. And of course we saw Zhu land the right hand last March against Fundora early in the fight.
He seemed to land it at will early on against
And
Fundora.
we've seen Fundora, Garcia earlier tonight, who, by the way, wow, escaping with a victory over Terrell Gaucher. That's still unbelievable. But in any event, he doesn't move his head off center. And for Fundora, that's the same flaw. He gets hit repeatedly.
Indeed, the lights have never been too big for Fundora. Neither has the violence that he typically creates inside the ring. He wants to be a star. He's not afraid to go through hell to get there.
That right hand has been effective for Fundora with the jab and that curling right hook. And now Booker backing up.
I want to see Fundora cut off the ring now. He's following Booker all around the ring. Good jab, but cut off the ring.
If Fundora is going to command this distance with his jabs, it's going to be hard for Booker to land enough punches to win these rounds.
So Sebastian Fundora is not supposed to exist, and yet he does. And he is the man who has half the crown. Terrence Crawford, another belt holder. Murtazaliev, who trounced Tim Zhu. So right now, Fundora is here tonight. I mean, there's so many people. Keith Thurman.
I can keep going.
Keep going. But again, Fundora is just an exciting fighter all around. As a boxer, as an aggressor, brawler, whatever.
But there was a chip on his shoulder this time, Abner. We talked about him too. He's getting sick and tired of being asked, about the fact, as he said, he's not a novelty actor. We call them different names. He's a guy who wants to prove that he is the man at 154 pounds. And yes, he's a nice guy, a family man.
Got gifted advantages, but all around he's just an explosive, great fighter.
He just landed his 100th punch.
He fights so exciting. Even when he loses, it's exciting.
And at his best, he puts so much pressure on his opponents with that swarming style.
Yep, he's already crashed the 100-punch thrown mark in this fight, just round 2. So he's, he throws punches in bunches, relentless pressure. And yet, I'm going to say, Booker doing a pretty good job of not being hit with a lot of these punches either. Right now, he's just backing up, not countering.
Yeah, Booker's got to count and wait for Fundora to walk in with that jab. Look how he walks in with his straight, with his head up high. So he's got to counter that Booker, but he's on his back foot. So it's going to be difficult for him to come back with something.
Yeah, Fundora, Abner mentioned it, Brian. He needs to cut off the ring because he's just following Booker around, and Booker's just moving. But there's that right hand. That right hand counter is always going to be there. Fundora really needs to be cognizant of that. You would think that they would make adjustments in camp.
At some point, you are who you are, and what Fundora is a pressure, all-action fighter who's not going to back down.
A walking exclamation point who would hope to end this evening with an exclamation point. We are through 2 rounds of our championship fight in Las Vegas.
Time right there.
Landing a lot more jabs. He's landing about 7 or 8 a round. So a good start for Fundora in that department.
If Booker is unable to hurt Fundora, he's going to have to outwork him. He's going to have to work behind that jab, throw combinations like he's doing right here.
Yeah, beat first. He's got to take that jab away from Fundora.
Blocked by the high peekaboo guard of Fundora. Fundora's already thrown 130 jabs. Landed 17 compared to 12 of 47 for Booker.
He's got to work his way inside. Stay in there. Body shots, uppercuts, and then turn him.
This is the most active output we've seen so far from Booker. He definitely does not want to be on the ropes as Fundora is literally punching down at him with that big left hand.
Yeah, and that's when Fundora takes advantage. When they start putting their head down like that, he lands that beautiful uppercut, short uppercut from Fundora.
Booker's been in Vegas away from any distractions of home since February 22 from Stamford, Connecticut, home of my former employer. Outside New York City, it's better known for hedge funds than haymakers, but Booker wants to stamp his name in the history books as the first Stamford-born boxing champion. What about the first Connecticut-born PBC analyst? How are you handling your
pretty good announcer for Connecticut.
Whoa!
Let him go.
Yes, you're right. I agree with you.
Let's go.
And Booker Getting tagged here, Abner, at will. And Fundora looking to put the pressure on. Booker's on the verge of really tasting the pressure of Fundora.
Fundora noticed that he hurt him, that he got him with some nice left hands as the straight and the uppercut as well. Now putting the pressure from Fundora and really pressing on the gas.
Cordell, pull the arm out.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
That was a great shot from Booker.
That was a big left hand.
Another left hand for Booker, but the counter right by Fundora stops the momentum. Final 10 seconds. A round that could be tantamount to dropping a sleeve of Mentos into a liter of Coke if Fundora has his ways. A little explosive here in the fourth. Thank you, sir. Oh, look, Booker trying to sit down and punches again, and he lands that right because Fundora stands straight up right in front of you. Overhand. He doesn't move his head.
Overhand right, overhand left are going to land at will if you're Booker. You want to continue to throw those shots. Get Fundora's attention.
Booker's trying to make it a fight here. He's got, how much inches does he have to overcome? It's literally trying to climb Everest.
It's only 10 inches of reach, 8.5 inches of height, but I think Booker learned at the end of round 3 when he landed that big overhand left that can be a punch that's there consistently. He's opened this round with a flurry of those, and I think fighting in the trenches, Abner.
Land those shots, and like I said, just step to the side, not going backwards.
Minute gone here in the fourth. In round 3, Fundora threw 104 punches, the highest since he threw 104 against Jorge Cota 6 fights ago. So even more offense from Sebastian Fundora, now going to the body, chopping away at Booker. Wear down Cordell Booker.
Fundora really getting some leverage on those body shots with that left uppercut, those hooks down low.
Stop.
Well, and it wasn't, right? I mean, Zoo just leaned in. It was an accident.
It was an accident, exactly. And again, Fundora again pushing back Booker, doing exactly how he fights, pressing,
chopping,
volume punching, and he knows he's going to get caught here and there, but it's just the volume, and he's going to break down Booker. It seems like he's going it right now.
Booker bleeding from the nose once again as the onslaught continues from Fundora.
Double uppercut on the inside. Booker backing up. Booker's hurt. Trying to hold on like the veteran. He goes down. Here in round 4.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yoy, step to the side for me.
And giving Sebastian Fundora another impressive win.
Another impressive win for Sebastian Fundora, and he wants
Booker take from the Towering Inferno. Fundora looking to burn the house down here in Las Vegas.
That's the second time Booker has been down in his career.
The first time was a bad loss, and it's over. Sebastian Fundora takes care of business. He defends the unified 154-pound title for the first time, and he does it by closing the show in the fourth round, closing the book. One of the keys for Fundora being volume breaks rhythm, and the volume over 100 punches thrown through the 3 rounds into
the Towering Inferno, Sebastian Fundora.
Boxers, we went over the instructions earlier. As a reminder, obey my commands at all times, protect yourself at all times, touch gloves. Good luck.
Right, that Fundora give him a return opportunity. And here we are inside the MGM Grand Garden Arena. This reminds me of the movie.
Box, he can't box, he's not using the distance, got gifted height and reach. Well, guess what? He's starting to do that tonight.
Knockdown after another until it was mercifully stopped.
That was October 2024, and there is the dark memory for Tim Tszyu. What adjustments happen early on here as Tim Tszyu comes out to the second round, down 10-8.
Consider how often Fundora used to give away that height advantage. An 8.5-inch reach, and tonight standing straight up.
14 knockouts and 22 wins as it is. But he's done it from the inside, not really from the outside, as he's trying to set up Tim Tszyu as he goes to the chest of Sebastian Fundora. Yeah, it's just hard because there's no safe place. I mean, there's places in the ring where you're like, I'm good here, not against Fundora.
Well, he's not doing the thing you're supposed to do against a sophomore. Hold up, he's getting
pummeled. That right hook hurt Tim Tszyu, and here comes the barrage of punches from Fundora, but you can't get careless because Tim Tszyu is looking for that shot.
This is the only way Tszyu knows to punch his way out of trouble.
But he's just out of range.
Big time, he's out of range. He can't let
that's a nice left
anything
hook there from Tim Tszyu.
But he's got to keep trying. Supposed to do against the softball, which is walk to your left. He's walking straight forward.
Guys, the cut was a nightmare over the left eye that kept closing that eye. Now there's a cut over the right eye. And Jim Gray asked his cut man, Mark Gambit, do you have the coagulant that you need if there is a cut? They said yes. So we'll see what kind of work they're able to do in between rounds, because not only did he get dropped in the first, now there's a cut on Tim Tszyu. I said, why no change in the cut man or trainer after your loss? He says, I'm loyal to my guys.
Tszyu still looks a bit shaky on his legs here. He's punching back, which is what he does. It's just Fundora commanding that control of distance. That's the difference in this fight.
Go down with that punch.
And you saw Tim Tszyu immediately pawing at that right eye. This time, it was the outside of the eyelid, but it looked like there was nervous moments of tension there in that corner. There's a nice right from Tim Tszyu, getting from underneath.
Yeah, but I like the fact that he's walking straight back. He's still giving the distance.
That's the type of shot, Abner, when you duck down against a taller fighter, it gets hit.
Moving your feet so that punch is never going to land. You got to take a step or 2 steps forward.
Low blow there from Tim Tszyu.
And don't forget, Tim Tszyu told us one of his biggest takeaways looking back at the first fight was he thought Fundora was slower and less powerful than he anticipated. Maybe
that's what you do against a tall fighter. You aim for the chest. Straight shots.
But you've got to cover yourself defensively because Fundora is... If you make him lunge like he does there, that's going to be a difficult mission for Tim Tszyu.
Yeah, it's just a discipline between that distance, the jab. Not overcommitting, just 1-2, the basics and fundamentals.
And the ability.
He's just a different fighter.
It just makes it so easy. He's got the advantage, God-gifted advantage, the height, the reach.
Power of his left hand.
But that's the thing, people did not believe that he could do it. And he's showing us
that left hand was a straight shot that hurt Tim Tszyu once again. How will he deal with it? Oh, another one of those exchanges.
Now this is the back and forth we expected. Tszyu may be hurt, but he is loading up with right hands.
And those are dangerous shots because Fundora's falling into him.
No side steps, there you go. Feint. But watch to the left, as a sub, he's a subber.
There's a 3 combinations, all straight lefts. Here comes the right from Tim Tszyu. Things are heating up here, but it's Fundora total control.
The crowd is exploding every time Tszyu lands big.
Nice body shot from Tszyu. I'm not sure Tszyu is recovered yet from the first round knockdown.
Oh, look at that left hand, bloody the nose of Fundora.
Now it's memories of the first fight where the blood of a legend courses through his vein, and now the blood of a Mexican warrior.
Downstairs, he hooks that jab. Speaking of Fundora, and just turns him. He's doing all the right things as a tall fighter.
Tim Tszyu's doing a better job.
Yeah, that's that right from Tim Tszyu.
Better job seeing the left hands of Fundora at the very least.
But take that step in.
There's that step in upper right shot. There's just so much tension because you can see the fight changing on just one punch either way.
2 big right hands for Tszyu. You can see he believes he found something on the looping overhand right. It's going to come down to the timing of it.
Exactly. One big shot. The right moment.
It's a nice jab from Sebastian Fundora to stop the momentum of Tszyu, and that's a good left.
And that's why he gave him a second chance. He's loyal, he said.
was Fundora who made the adjustments in the first fight to begin boxing after that cut and the impact it had on Tszyu. It's Tszyu that's making the better adjustments right now to carry some strong momentum behind those right hands.
There's another right hand from Tim Tszyu. That was the first round that our unofficial scorer Larry Hazard gave to Tim Tszyu to make it a... He's starting to gain some momentum, a lot of confidence, his legs and his wits about him, digging to the body once again, and that's going to set up a shot over the top. This kind of first 5 rounds, and that's the way you wear down a 6 foot, 5.5 inch opponent. You go downstairs.
Yes. He's turned loss of the blood from the nose of Fundora once more.
Nice left there from Fundora. Doesn't have the same crack as it did earlier on in the fight, though. And not worry of having to bring it back defensively. It's not snapping anymore. And he's got to make Tim Tszyu think before he takes that step forward.
Very in there.
Yeah, it's time to work those shoulders as well. If you're Tim Tszyu, you're the smaller fighter, break them down. Shoulder shots.
Combination there. Good exchange, and now from Fundora.
Fundora, the tallest world champion in all of boxing, taller than any heavyweight or cruiserweight.
By Fundora, he's got to close that gap. That's the point. He's got to close the gap. Like right there, he got close enough to land that hook.
Absolutely good start for...
I hope to audition for you guys one day.
You can make it happen.
All right, thanks, guys.
He's so right about that. Look at the feet. They're so planted. Speaking of Tim Tszyu, he's got to take that step forward when he throws that right hand.
Clean, hard left hands there from Fundora in that sequence.
And from inside range, not from the outside. That's a nice stiff jab again. He's back on the stick. Now we're getting some exchanges. Oh, there's a right hand that sends the blood flicking up on the face of Sebastian Fundora. And then Fundora says, "You're going to hit me in the head. I'm going to go downstairs. And how about this left uppercut?" He's back to the left hook from Tim Tszyu. He's setting it up. He's trying to find just enough room. Here's Fundora, but then he gets clipped with the left hook. And now you see the flinching from Fundora.
Dance partners in the sport of boxing.
You're right there, Tim. Let those punches go. Overhead rights, there it is. Don't take the step back. Don't give him the distance. And that's what Tim Tszyu's doing.
That was a short shot from Fundora that clipped him. And that's over. The fight is done. Sebastian Fundora retains his belt in the rematch against Tim Tszyu. And
Still the WBC Super Welterweight Champion of the World, the Towering Inferno, Sebastian